twist in the shooting of 49ers defensive end Keion White. According to a report, the 27-year-old third-year pro was involved in an argument with Lil Baby and his entourage before the gunfire erupted. Now, this is all from a report from the San Francisco Standard that says they have read a police report that lays everything out. Now, nobody is accusing Baby of firing the weapon. They are simply saying that there was an argument that happened just moments before. There was a witness who told police that he went upstairs to try and get help from the staff, and that's when he hears the gunshots erupting out. Ultimately, police found a .45 and a 9mm shell casing, indicating that 2 gunshots were fired, at least. Now, thankfully, White was taken to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. He is expected to be okay after undergoing surgery. But bottom line, this is a crazy twist in an already insane story.
It was being reported that defensive lineman Keion White from the 49ers, I never heard of him before, no disrespect, played at Georgia Tech. I looked at Wikipedia, it didn't say where he was born at in the bio, but probably a Georgia boy. He was throwing a Super Bowl party. I believe they said it was at a gentleman's club. I could be wrong on that. Said that Lil Baby, him and Lil Baby had an argument. It sounded like he didn't want to let Lil Baby and them into his party. The argument kind of commenced. They went their separate ways or whatever. And then, you know, dude ended up getting shot in the ankle. Right? They said they found a 5mm casing and a 9mm casing at the scene. We know how strict California is with guns. So that alone, by him having the burner in Cali alone, you know, somebody in his entourage gonna have to do some time. And we've been there. I've been young, and I remember I was in college. We went to this dude's house party. We went one time, we got in or whatever, we left. The next time they didn't want to let us in, and we walked there, right? It was a nice little walk. A lot of dudes used to, you know, I was in Montgomery, Alabama, the Gump, shout out to the 334. And a lot of dudes used to get robbed walking that path. So it's like, you know, we all like, come on, man, we went this way. We didn't show love before. We was ready to scrap. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't even gonna act like I ain't really never been there where you know, I grew up in the era, like club era, like 08, 07, 08, 09, and etc. That was the era where they call it the black boy, white boy era. And historically, they can literally do a full documentary on this. The reason why a lot of the people, especially in the South, you know, you see them wearing polos all the time, like regular wear collar shirts, and not even jeans, and they would wear like cargo pants and dress pants and dress shoes and casual shoes, was because there was a huge, like that time, they didn't want to let black men into the club. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you had on, especially for that long stretch from the late 2000s into the early 2010s, they didn't want to include like if you had gym shoes on, they would find any reason not to let black men into the club. And basically that was them saying that they didn't want us there because we caused problems or ruckus. Their insurance risk, just to use the figurative speech, was more high than what financially we was bringing in. And so yeah, that's you know, so a lot of people would wear collar, blood brothers would dress up to go to the club so they can differentiate them from the troublemakers and being good and clean, which appearance is some of the battle. So I'm familiar. Then you know, I ain't never begged to get in the club. I figured out after going to the club a few years, bro, I can just sit in the parking lot, get the same women coming out the club than going in the club. Then spending a dub. At the time, it was a 20 to get in, like 40, 50, 60 for New Year's, or special a dub to get in. You know, find parking to pay for parking, pay for drinks, and I can just turn up in the parking lot, watch everybody come in, watch the same girls leave out. Because once you go in the club, a lot of times you hear the music, boom, 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 boom. You can't even really holler at shorty like that over the music. You really trying to just, you know, parlay it to y'all get outside the club and holler at her, right? So I'm just at the let out. You can just see all the hoes get let out. You feel what I'm saying? And get what you was looking for and keep it moving. So that's what I learned to do, is just parking lot pimp, spend that money on the bottle. Hold on, it's tripping. turn up in the car. You know what I'm saying? That's what I learned to do. So really, the clubs was even overrated when I was going to the club. So I've had my fair share of issues, at the club with bouncers and getting in and getting out of party. So I get it. A lot of times it's that walk of shame, going back to the car, can't get in. And they used to do stuff like it's 20 to get in, 100 for y'all to get in. Like at the end of the day, now clubs are begging these very same people to come back to the club. And this generation smart, don't go to the club. Like, it's a waste of money, very demonic. You know what I'm saying? Women just go there, especially today's women. Back in the day, we used to go there, dance, have a good time. Some can shake. They can follow y'all back to the crib. You can follow them back to the crib or the hotel. Y'all have a good time. If somebody hit it off, they hit it off and they go off and do it. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, it ain't like that no more. These women just look, pump faking. You know what I'm saying? I did a video on Free Game 89 talking about regular women women don't want to trap regular dudes no more. And it may sound like a good thing, which it is a good thing, but it's deeper issues into that. Y'all should go look at that video of Free Game 89. That link's inside the link tree. It's the first link in the description. Just go over there. You'll just put, regular and tricky, and you'll find it with my channel name, which is search the channel. But a lot of dudes don't know how to handle conflict resolution. You know what I'm saying? It really needs to be a grant started for people to teach people, not even kids, conflict resolution. Man, it's okay. Y'all get into an argument. It's okay. Or you can conflict like this. It's okay. Go back to the car. You little baby. You can, you can get any woman and turn up, but you got to turn her at the club. Like, and I know they talking about he fell off as a rapper, and that's going to happen. You lucky to have a good year run as a rapper. You lucky to have 2 good albums, really 1 good album, but for your mans to be so trigger happy to shoot somebody and put that on your name, me personally, if I'm the Keion White guy, I'm pressing charges. Flat out, I'm pressing charges. Hell yeah, I'm pressing charges. Y'all got mad because y'all couldn't get in I didn't want y'all in my party. I ain't want y'all niggas in there. It's my party that I'm hosting. I can pick who I don't, but I get shot. Nigga, nah, you going to jail. And I'm suing. I'm losing money on the field. You shot me in my ankle. You know what I'm saying? They were like, this big 6'3", 250 line. Let's shoot this nigga. Like, nah, man. Nah, don't bring this Pookieism up there. Yeah, I'm pressing charges. Absolutely. I'm a productive man. Now, if you in something deeper, that's a street beef, then that's different. But if it's just on some, I ain't you ain't let me in. Nah, nigga, pressing charges, pack this Pookie up and throw him in jail. And I ain't trying to hear that, CJ, you snitch. Nah, nigga, this is, as long as it wasn't no street shit, it's a regular 9-to-5 NFL working nigga. Like, and you shot me because you couldn't get in. See you later, fucking alligator. And I ain't trying to hear none of that. Oh, you ratting and you snitching, and man, please. Atlanta got so many rats, it's starting to look like New York City. Hit the link in the description. Follow me on X, Facebook, Kick, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Hit the link tree, man. The first link in the description. You can follow me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch. Check out the music entertainment playlist, NFL playlist. Peace.